I can only do improv for so long.
You can only do improv for so long.
So I can do it all day.
That is
It's all
awesome.
good.
It is.
Long.
It is hour number 2 of the Sunday radio broadcast, and the lovely and talented Samantha joins us as always each and every week. She has her cool rocking chair each and every week as always, and then we've got Jay Bird Wells, your friend, my friend, and everybody's friend. I got a call right before we were headed back from the during the snowstorm. From Mr. Michael Nagy. He's like, have you seen Jay's Facebook page? She's just crazy. So I don't know what in the world you're doing over on Facebook that he thinks is crazy. So, but it is hour number 2, so we have our next guest with us. How are you, sir? Go ahead and give us a brief introduction on yourself. Tell me and the ladies a little bit about yourself.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
Great.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we got you. We've got you, my friend.
And we can see your nice beard and hat.
Thank you.
And the hat collection, too, behind you.
Yes.
Kidding.
Yes.
Those are mostly my fiance's.
Okay.
Yeah, my name is Andrew McConaughey from the Drunken Hearts.
Drunken Hearts.
Colorado-based Americana musician.
That's
Country
awesome.
Americana.
That's awesome.
A little bit of rock and roll.
So you guys have this brand new album. Tell us a little bit about the album.
So the album is called Alive and Free. It's a play on a song from our previous release called Wheels of the City. It was a song on that album called Alive and Free. And we just thought, because live is in it, we released a live album and then titled it that, and then didn't play that song.
That's awesome.
I'm sorry. Repeat the name of your band again. I'm not having problems stalking you.
She's trying to find you on the social media.
The Drunken Hearts.
I like that name.
The Drunken what?
The Drunken Hearts.
Yeah.
Hearts. Oh, wow. Perfect name for a band on Valentine's Day.
Yes. And I have red on to represent a heart. Finally, I get some clout.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
That's awesome.
Happy Valentine's Day.
So, how did your band get started as a group? Tell us that story, my friend.
We were all based in Vail, Colorado, around 2010, and we were just kind of ski buddies that liked to play music after we came off the mountain. So it really just kind of started as a hobby. And then eventually we moved down to Boulder, Colorado, which is where I live now, and tried to take it a little bit more seriously. Vail's a very small mountain town, so there were only so many bars and clubs that we could really play up there. So took it to the Front Range to try to get a little bit more exposure, and here we are, 10 years. And actually, I'm the only person that is still in the lineup. As the founder, if you will. So we've had a lot of lineup changes over the last 10 years.
So who is this Andrew McConaughey?
That is who we're speaking with.
That is me, yeah.
That is you.
Yeah, so we recently changed the name of the band to Andrew McConaughey and the Drunken Hearts from the Drunken Hearts, just because of a result basically of the lineup stuff. As the singer-songwriter and the driving business entity in the band, it just ultimately made more sense to do it that way. So that's why you see probably different files and catalogs out there right now.
Awesome. So Andrew, this band, how did you guys come up with the whole Drunken Hearts thing?
Wow. Well, the original bass player and myself, Derek Shields, we were trying to come up with a band name for a really long time. Originally, it was just called Andrew McConaughey and Friends. Excuse me, which kind of obviously gives it more of that casual hobby kind of feel. So we felt like having a real band name would, kind of take things to the next level a little bit. And there's an Allman Brothers song called Drunken Hearted Man, and then I think there is a Robert Johnson song called Drunken Hearted Boy or something along those lines. And so we love, tying it in with Robert Johnson and, the man who sold his soul to the devil for the ability to play the blues. At the crossroads, we loved having that part of the story of the name. And Allman Brothers, were certainly a huge influence on kind of the rock and roll style that we have. So it just kind of made sense. We, I think it was, went from Drunken Hearts to the Drunken Hearts, and then, now we're at Andrew McConaughey and the Drunken Hearts.
That's awesome.
Why is the rum always gone?
What? What are you doing over there? Oh my God! So, this whole new collection of music that you guys have out there, how long did it take to produce all this and put this together?
Well, we decided last year when we were on tour with Yonder Mountain String Band for our album release tour in October and November, we had decided to multi-track record every show just because we were on tour, for like 20 or 22 nights, something like that. We figured we might as well get it while we could. So we were always planning on doing new release. And then when the pandemic hit, obviously I had significantly more time on my hands than I was accustomed to. So I started, tearing through the tapes and listening for what I thought were good renditions of the songs and, maybe some unique moments that weren't, that stood out, I suppose. But some fun stuff, I think half of it are songs that we only played once on the whole tour, which is weird just because, there were probably 7 or 8 songs that we played every night, no matter what, from our latest album. And then we ended up, using kind of only the ones that we didn't play that frequently. So that was an odd thing. But, really just, I guess the pandemic was the right time to put our energy into some sort of a release when we can't be together.
Yeah.
So.
Was that from, the fans, already knew which songs that they liked, and so they requested songs? Or is it just because it was your favorite songs?
Well, we wanted to put some old songs in there and some new songs. We had a record deal for the last album, Wheels of the City, so we definitely wanted to be promoting all of the the tunes that were on the record. And now, I guess most of it was just the songs that I thought were kind of stand out from the 20-ish, and then the new songs. So, but not a ton of fan interaction with this particular project.
That's great.
And obviously, I've been doing a live stream in lieu of performances by myself generally, so there hasn't been much fan interaction, since probably, I think the last show that we played actually was before COVID, was actually Valentine's Day in Steamboat Springs, Colorado. So it was 1 year ago. We played our last show before everything got shut down. And then we did play, I think, 4 socially distanced concerts this past fall and summer. But it's not quite the same thing.
How often do you do the live streams?
I've been doing it pretty much almost every week during the lockdown, but then in the last few months, 1 to 2 times a week. And then we got a puppy January 15th or 16th, I think. So we're trying to get that under control and figure it out before I try to do any broadcasts from my
that's like a new baby there, pretty much.
It's a baby. I actually have cuts and bruises all over my face from this dog getting after me. He's the best. He's a golden retriever. He's 12 weeks. We actually just went up to Steamboat on Thursday and Friday with him. So he went on his first ski vacation on Thursday.
Oh.
So
Does he like the snow?
he loved the snow. Yeah, he absolutely loved the snow. But yeah, so that was a year ago. We were in Steamboat Springs, and that was really the last normal concert that we played, and we've played about 4 since then. So obviously, lots more time, but I'm not doing nearly as much traveling.
Yeah.
In 2019, I think we went from Portland, Maine to Portland, Oregon in about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, I think, in the middle of that album release tour. So significant lifestyle change.
Yes, indeed.
And now the puppies, so who knows what's next.
A song about puppies, duh.
So Andrew, what's been the reception to everything?
Well, as far as just post-COVID music or the name change, what do you mean?
Well,
Want to say.
everything, yeah.
Well, the live stream thing has been going very, very well. Certainly over the holidays too. That kind of took off, and we saw exponentially more success with shares and views and tips and everything, which makes sense over the holidays. And so I definitely have been trying to kind of pace myself so that I'm not trying to oversaturate. There's a lot of live streams still going on, and I think it's not something that's going to go away. So it's something that I want to be smart about the approach and not be shoving it down everybody's throat constantly.
Yes. Yes. Well,
not that that's a bad approach.
and
creativity during this time has been very difficult. I do have about 13 songs from the last year or so that I'm ready to probably put out on a solo record. But creativity during this time has been very challenging. And so, I want to keep it fresh and exciting for myself as well. So it's, if I was doing it every week, I honestly don't have enough material to enjoy that.
yes.
So, although we've got 5 or 6 albums out now, I suppose, but
Wow.
But yeah, just you want to keep it short and sweet, I suppose.
Yes. Yes.
And leave them wanting.
Definitely.
Well, we are going to play some of your music off of this album. What is a couple songs that we should be playing? And we'll play 1 or 2 of these here. Which one do you think is a good representation of your guys' music and everything?
I like the opening track a lot. That was a song that we opened with one night. So I thought that kind of made sense as the opening, kind of feeling that you were going to get. And then a lot of the songs towards the end heat up as far as, speed, tempo, and energy-wise. So it kind of hopefully has a nice build throughout.
Awesome. Well, let's do this. We are going to play Tell Me. And we are going to place you on hold with the ladies. And as I always like to say, God knows what's going to go on during this call. And we are going to be right back. It is just an amazing, amazing musician. Right now, it's Tell Me, and it's here on your world famous Jiggy Jaguar radio broadcast.
Amazing grace. There's a brand new day here waiting for me. Too much to run from to ever be free. Lights start shining, you start looking at me. World keeps grinding, but what can we see? All the shit keeps falling and there ain't no relief. Tell me, one more. Tell me one more time. Road keeps winding on my feet. These winds can't stop us, these words are the sea. Here to remind us that it's nothing in between. Oh, the end of the darkness and the sight unforeseen. It's time to go home now, it's time that we go. We don't leave now, girl, we're gonna miss the next show. Tell me one more. Tell me one more time. Tell me, oh, one more. Oh, tell me, baby, oh, one more time. Oh, tell me. Oh, tell me, baby, oh, one more. Oh, tell me, baby, oh, one more. Oh, tell me, oh, one more time.
That is Tell Me, and it's here on your world famous Jiggy Jaguar radio broadcast. And we go back live to our guests.
Album reviews, their bios, podcasts. Everything. I was telling them what I do. It was about to be a long list.
You do a little bit of everything, and I hear also you're a fantastic cook. So you can pretty much do anything.
You're holding out on us, Sam?
You know, I was telling our buddy Michael Nagy. We were chatting about the show today, and I was telling him some of the different people we were having on, and I mentioned Andrew and some of the different artists, and he's like, "Oh, I've heard Andrew's music." He goes, "Don't let Jay get a hold of him; she'll corrupt him."
I'll corrupt him. Because Andrew, what he's talking about is I listen to like Italian rap, Mongolian rock. I listen to everything.
That's awesome.
So
I have never heard of Mongolian rock. As well.
You know, I haven't either. You know,
I got to see him in concert in Kansas. They came to Kansas.
She went to go see these guys. They're called HU, and they refer to themselves as the Who. And then, of course, my good friend cousin Chris always has to jump in and go, "Who?" So, you know, he didn't know who they are either. So, but Andrew, run it down for us. Your social media, websites. How do we find you, my friend?
Yeah, so thedrunkenhearts.com. You know, we'll probably keep a lot of the profiles the same. Nothing crazy, just so that it's easy to find. And then we've got Facebook.com/thedrunkenhearts, Instagram.com/thedrunkenhearts, Those are the two platforms that we use the most. Spotify, the Drunken Hearts as well on Spotify. So yeah, check it out. Give us a like on Facebook and Instagram, and give us a download.
Mm-hmm.
We're feeling it. We've got vinyl copies of the latest record, not the live record. That one was digital only. But we do have vinyl copies of Wheels of the City, and that is the preferred listening experience, in my opinion. If you're really going to do it, that's the way.
Awesome.
I like him. Can we keep him? And I'll corrupt him later.
What we'll do is Cousin Chris used to say, we'll put him in the closet and take him out for parties.
That's right. Live performances.
Oh, jeez.
So, I guess before we let you go, what is next for you guys as a group? What's next for you guys?
We've got some shows coming up this summer in Colorado at the moment. Obviously, we're not really able to start touring yet again with COVID. So I'm just trying to put all the pieces back in place, work on this next solo record. And yeah, the Drunken Hearts do have some shows coming up this summer in Colorado already, but they are at the moment going to be socially distanced. And we're just going to keep doing that. I'll keep doing the live stream occasionally once we get this puppy under control. And then yeah, you can look for a new release. I'd say probably coming out by the fall.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Well, I appreciate it, Andrew. Thanks for doing this, brother, and thanks for coming on.
Nice meeting you guys. Thanks so much for having me.
Definitely. You are great, brother. I appreciate it.
Have a wonderful afternoon.
Definitely. And there he goes, Andrew. And you can get more information on